Hey familia, you're listening to Sip and Chisme, powered by Cafecito and Chisme, where we sip slow, talk real, and go deep. I'm Mond,
I'm Allie Rain, and we're about to get raw and unfiltered.
so let's pour up that cafecito and let's get into it. All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of our Pivot series. And today we have a very special guest. It is our honor that he is here.
We're so excited for you.
Super excited.
We got told, or he told us, like, or, I don't know. Do you want me to share it? That a lot of people have invited you to podcast, and we just feel really special that he chose to come with us and spend time with us today and share his chisme and the real chisme and his testimony. So
yeah, glad you're here.
Thank
so
you.
Excited.
Thank you for having me. They asked me. I said, I got one that I have to do first.
Oh, I'm so honored.
Yeah.
But thank you.
Glad you're here. So I'm curious, who was the other group? I'm just kidding.
Don't be petty. That's the real chisme.
That's the real chisme.
Theo Vaughn. Yeah.
Theo. Shout out Theo.
All right. So
you'll get into it? Well, first off, how was everyone's week?
good.
My week's been good.
Yeah?
Busy at work, which is a good thing.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Got a new role?
Back to school, meet the teachers. And then,
Oh, yeah. Back to school. Did
Yeah.
you meet the teachers already?
Yes.
That's cool. How'd it go?
Good. My little one, my 80-year-old, his teacher came to my house. They come to the house. They do home visits.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah,
that's
they do
cool.
that. So I had to clean the house. It's really good.
Yeah.
So they could think that we're always that clean.
Yeah.
I mean, we
But-
are.
Then the older one, he's starting 8th grade. So
Oh, that's exciting.
yeah, he goes to an art academy. So I talked to the art teacher, and she's like, I'm gonna help your son go to either Booker T, Skyline, the art program,
Nice.
or Town View, which is the engineering program.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I love that. How was your week, Mom?
Ooh.
Mm.
It was a little hectic, but
Yeah.
I mean, we got through it because, like I was telling John, going through all the bad stuff, something good has to come out of it, you know?
Mhm.
So,
Yeah. Without the bad, you don't see God's mercy or his grace or his
mhm.
power.
Yeah.
That's the only way he can show up.
And prayers.
And
Lots of
prayers.
prayers.
Lots of prayers. All right. So we have some questions for you.
Of course.
Hope that's okay. Was there a specific breaking point or breakthrough that started it all? And what I mean by all, like your journey with Christ.
So all my life, I thought, I don't do drugs, right? I never did drugs. I was never hanging out, with the wrong people. I always wanted to finish high school, be the first one in my family, go to college and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
So I think, even as a husband, when I became a husband, I used to think, I'm doing good. Never thought I needed God. I never thought, because to me it was obvious, like, okay, this is what a man's supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
I think.
Did you grow up in church at all? Sorry,
No, I
ask that
didn't.
really quick.
No, I didn't. I didn't grow up in church. I like to say I didn't grow up in church, but it was so the journey with my mom, just like our culture, Catholic.
Mm-hmm.
Most are Catholic.
So you were raised Catholic?
So my grandmother was really Catholic, and my mom, she was always like, no, I don't think this is it. And then she stepped out of that Catholic tradition and she went out on a journey.
Yeah.
At one point we were, and all of this was through me being in elementary. At one point we were Jehovah's Witness. Whenever somebody invited her to a church, she will go and check it out. She wasn't stuck in those ways. Like,
Just
okay, I'm gonna
exploring
start-
kind of thing.
So she
Yeah.
went out there, and I learned about Jehovah's Witness, and then I learned about being Catholic. So she was a little bit strict, but I just remember we were always going from one religion to another, and until she started going to a Christian church at the Potter's house, but it was a bilingual service.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's how I grew up in my life. I always knew God was real. I always knew God was out there,
Mm-hmm.
but I could never get caught up in those traditions and religions or nothing like that. Even as a kid.
Did you feel like growing up and doing all those things, and then, like you said, going to Catholic church and stuff like that, it was put onto you at an early age that this is religion, this is what God is, as opposed to like God is something else, as like in the spirit. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like
yeah. It
following a
was,
tradition,
I guess,
basically.
was meant to put that on me like that, but
Mhm.
I always thought there's got to be something else. There's got to be this. This ain't it. Just like my
Yeah.
mother thought, and because my mother thought like that, I was like, Mom, you're right. Like, I never told her that, but in my mind, I was always, this ain't it. There has to be more. God cannot be this strict God, this form of. Because I always, we call him our father, right? So I always thought, no, like, it can't be like that. I never thought like that. I never got caught up. I would always ask questions. I remember my grandma used to get mad whenever I asked questions.
Mm.
She was like, that's why, just do it.
Oh, like when you would ask like questions about what, like
Yeah,
Catholic?
yeah,
Catholicism,
when it's like about to be Christmas and they do the Niño Dios and then,
yeah,
and they do the songs or
mm-hmm.
the
The repetitive like
Mhm.
prayers and stuff. Yeah, yeah.
I always respected that, right? And
Mhm.
to this day, I respect religion, like everybody's opinions. But I think because I had too many questions, she took it as a kind of like
Offensive.
almost like that. Because,
Yeah.
but it's because of like her generation,
Mhm.
like they were taught like that.
I feel
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I definitely feel that.
And it's like you said in one of your podcasts, Mom, how your parents believe in reincarnation and things like that,
Yeah.
and they're stuck to their ways, right? So I feel like my grandmother was stuck like that, and I was asking questions like, I don't want to get on my knees, like I'm not gonna get on my knees for this figure, like,
Yeah.
and because my mom would take us to other churches, like for instance, Jehovah Witness. I learned what I could, but it was a little confusing
Mm-hmm.
because to them, Jesus is not God, right?
Yeah.
I still, in the Bible, still said something like, "You're not gonna idols or figures or."
Yeah. Any other God before me?
So
Yeah.
to me, I was like, "This is a representation, right? Like you have to get on your knees. You have to kiss the baby Jesus, and if not, you're not gonna get candy. Have
Oh, yeah.
candy." And I was like,
I forgot about that. The
yeah,
candy
and
and
I
then
was always like, well, it's okay. I'm not gonna get candy. I'll get my own candy. But it was
Wait, there's candy and then there's also a ponche, or what's it called?
yeah,
Is that what it is? Yeah.
So I will always ask questions, and she's like, just do it, just. But I think I've always been, when people say I've been chosen, I think God put that in me that this ain't right. I
Yeah.
always say this ain't right. Like I said, I asked a lot of questions.
I think it's good too that you're questioning it, because it's like you have a mind of your own, right?
Mhm.
You're not just like someone out there who's following what your previous, the previous generations did, right?
Mhm.
Like you're actually truly curious about what's out there, and you knew there was a bigger God. And I think it's because God had put that in your heart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was, but I always knew, no, this ain't it. Until, and I was probably like 5 or 6 years old asking questions.
Yeah.
Asking those questions.
That's
when
good.
all the kids were just like, kiss the baby Jesus. And get the-"
Okay.
I was like,
Can I have my
"No."
candy now?
Yeah. And
Yeah.
and I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I did do it because I didn't want to make my grandma mad or whatever. But I always knew, like, no, this ain't it. Then when we were Jehovah's Witness, we'll be in. I think I was in 3rd grade, and they had parties, like for, let's say, a Valentine's party or something like that, and people would bring cupcakes, and we weren't supposed to celebrate none of that because I was in 3rd grade, and I was comprehending like what their beliefs.
Oh,
right?
that's right, because there's like no birthday celebrations.
Yeah, no
there's
birthdays,
no Christmas
anything.
celebrations.
So
there's
to me, I was all so. So if you want to be cheap, go be Jehovah.
Oh, dang.
I'm
That's
playing.
crazy.
But I was like, well, nobody's gonna know that. So you know, I'm gonna get this cupcake. I'm gonna get this party, whatever. Until one girl in the class, she's
You got
like,
called out.
she's like, hey, you're Jehovah's Witness too. She'll go to the same church. She's like, we can't celebrate. Probably I had my cupcake like.
Slapped it out your hand.
You're right. And
Wait, is this in school? She called you out in,
yeah,
in
she
class?
in class when we were having
That's
I think it was a
crazy.
Valentine party. And then I was like, why? Like, I never got that.
Yeah.
Like, you know, we're not supposed to celebrate all that.
But I think there's something that I read sometimes where it's like Jesus will celebrate whatever's important to you because he loves you that much.
Mhm.
And so I think when I heard that about Jehovah's Witness, I was like, that's crazy though, because
Yeah.
if Jesus knows it's a special day for me, like he's gonna be there with me to help me celebrate it. Like he's not gonna
Mhm.
be like, no, you can't do that because that's like he's not like that.
Yeah.
Like and especially as kids, like and then
Celebrate every little small victory.
Yeah, every little
achievement, every
thing.
accomplishment.
Mhm.
like he would celebrate your life just as much as like
But then I started questioning my mom, and my mom was like,
took it too far.
she was like,
She's-
yeah, no, my mom was like, hey, well, you're right. You know, yeah, this ain't it. Friends went by her to a Mormon church, and it was the same thing. I was like, she was like, no, this definitely ain't it. But I like that about my mom, that she actually like went out there. She didn't get stuck in nobody's way until she found it. Doesn't matter if people told her you can't be jumping from one, not just church, but like religion, until she finally found, you know, this relationship.
Something that filled her.
So if anything, you know, that's something that my mom left. Well, I mean, she's still alive, but that
Mhm.
would she would leave me. I told her, because sometimes she's like, I don't have anything for me to leave you. Like, you know, people leave like acres and money or
Yeah.
whatever behind, right? Like
wealth and like
wealth. Yeah. I said, Mom, you left me the best gift, and that was to find God, like
Wow.
to know that there is something
right.
more powerful, more than anything, that somebody loves, that God loves you, not growing up and it's like, oh, I just fear God. I can't do this. I can't do that. It was more the love.
The introduction to Christ.
Mm-hmm. And then in high school, I think that's when she was going to a Christian church. And it was on a Saturday, maybe like at 7. It was at the Potter's house, but it was a Hispanic pastor. The only reason I went is because I would tell her, it was a Saturday night. She had an excursion. I was like, Mom, can I borrow this excursion? Like, well, go to church with me. Like, all right. So put on my throwback jersey and Michelinets and
Oh, so it's a Saturday night, and you wanted. I'm
To
assuming.
use the car.
I'm assuming
to go
you.
So
you
right
had
after-
a,
so
you
right
had an
after
event
church,
after church.
yeah.
I'm assuming.
Yeah. Yeah, right after
I think
church.
we know those events.
Yeah, we didn't have cell phones like that back then to text. We were like,
Oh,
but they'll call my house phone. I'll be like, yeah, I'll pick you up like in
The house
2 hours.
phone.
Like in 2 hours, just let me go to this church right quick. I'll be back. I got you.
Yeah.
I got $5 on gas.
I got 5 on it.
And then, so I was always waiting there. And then, you know, after church, my mom's talking to everybody. I'm like, Mom, come on, let's go.
I love that your mom is like the introduction to him and kind of like was the one that brought you close to him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And even going to the church, I'm not, you know, I always felt the presence of God, but I guess I was too cool, too in a hurry. Like
Mhm.
I always felt like pressure. I was like, man, I gotta go pick up my friends and go out, and I gotta hurry up.
Yeah.
So I never,
Rushing.
but I knew they, you know, one time there was an altar call, and the pastor was like, there's somebody here that still like needs to come. It's like, maybe that guy over there, or maybe not me.
Not me.
You know,
Wait, were you in high school still, or was this when you were in college?
high
or
school,
when-
probably a senior.
or
Yeah.
okay. Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not gonna. In a way, I didn't want to go up there just so people could see, like, check my fit, my iceberg shirt, stuff like that. You know, like when you're in school and you just
Yeah.
go sharpen your pencil just so you.
I don't
Just-
know. I didn't know it was a thing. That's
the
cool. Guys
people
do
can see your
that? I didn't know
fit.
that.
Back in high school, like, I'm just gonna get up, sharpen my pencil. People can see my fit.
Yeah.
But
For millennials out there, I mean, not millennials, is it what's the
Gen
generation
Z.
behind us?
Gen Z.
Gen Z. We used to sharpen our pencils. You guys have laptops.
And it was like this.
Yeah. It was just like that.
Yeah.
You put the pencil in and you turn the little knob.
And then by the time you finish, the pencil will be this small.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had the best pencils, by the way.
Yeah, but I went up there to the altar call and I felt it, but I just kept denying it, like in a way, like you said.
Yeah.
So my breaking point was, it just, like I said, growing up, became a husband, married my high school sweetheart, and but I always thought, okay.
Did you go to church? Did you guys go to church together?
No. We didn't.
Why do you think that stopped?
I don't know. Like I said to you,
Life.
came out of high school. My older son was born when I was 18. I came out of high
Oh wow,
school.
yeah, kid's young.
Yeah, my oldest was I was 18. 19, I'm sorry, 19.
Okay.
So I had just made out of high school. She was still a high school senior, my ex-wife. So I had my youngest, and you know how it is, just work.
Did you go to college right after? Or did you take a break?
I took like a year break and worked with my
Okay.
dad. I worked with my dad, my stepdad, construction.
Nice.
And like my mom said, "Nah, this ain't it." With religion, I was like, "This ain't it."
Yeah.
Work. Can't work outside my whole life.
That's
I'm
not,
sorry,
that's
but
not it.
props to everybody that works outside in the heat, but I just knew I just couldn't.
It's rough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I work with my dad, and his friends would be like, "Hey, what are you doing here? Like, you have papers, you have an education,
Right.
you know English. Like, you need to get out of here." Like, it's like, all right, so I'm here just
Yeah.
to make $8 an hour at that time.
At that time.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know. I think my
That was a
first
lot of
job,
money.
I think I made $7.25 an hour. My first job.
Yeah, I don't even remember. I think I was a waitress. Yeah, so I made $2.15.
Oh yeah.
But I made tip on top of that. So.
Yeah, see, we didn't make two.
But even
Yeah.
then, I worked at a grocery store. I think that was like $7 or something.
Yeah.
And when I got my first check, I was like, dang, I'm balling.
Me too. When
That
I
first
My
check.
own check.
That first check.
got my
my
first
name on
check,
it.
it was like $330. I was like, whoa,
Balling.
I'm rich. Yeah.
That's
But
what
then
happens.
It was a dead end job, except for lunchtime.
Mm.
So after, I mean, you said you worked with your dad. You kind of, I don't want to say stepped away from the church, but you stopped going. You said you
Yeah, which is, like I said, it's life, and I was just trying to, be that husband figure, and at a young age, my son was born, and just be that father figure, and we never did.
Yeah. Did she work? Or is it she stay home?
Your
ex. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just
Well,
curious.
no, she stayed home. When she had my son Omar, she was still a senior in high school, so
Okay.
she was in school with a belly.
Nice.
I was too, but not.
The other belly.
But yeah. So it's, I mean, we raised our kids, and then
So you had more after?
I had 2 other kids.
Back to back?
Every 5 years exactly, I had a kid. They wasn't planned like that, I promise.
Every 5 years?
Yeah, 3 boys.
3 boys. That sounds like fun. Sounds like a sporty family. Yeah.
But then, like I said, I always thought that I was doing everything right. I was like, I'm providing, I'm working hard.
Taking care of your wife.
I take care of her, and I think most importantly, like, I don't cheat on her. But
Something was missing.
something was missing.
Yeah.
Something was missing always. When I started thinking, wait, like, what is missing? Fast forward a little bit, we got a divorce. I started running to God and try to work our relationship and things like that. But
Would you say you turned to him before you or when you knew, you guys are starting to separate? Or
yeah,
You're-
before we got divorced, we tried to work things out. But we went to God, and it felt beautiful and everything. It felt nice, but just didn't work. And then again, I forgot about God.
Yeah.
got in another relationship later and lasted like 5 years, and then looked for God, but not in a way where it's like I'm. I think I searched for God.
At what moment did you tell yourself that something needs to change?
Well, that moment came after a breakup. So me and my ex-wife, we got a divorce. We couldn't reconcile.
Reconcile.
We couldn't reconnect. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
That was my high school. I was a reconnect. No, no, sorry.
Oh my gosh. Hey, I went to reconnect too. I was behind 2 years and I went to reconnect.
I shouldn't have smoked that. No, I'm just
No smoking, guys. No smoking.
Yeah, we tried to work things out, and it didn't work. We tried maybe even for a year, tried everything, but it just wasn't there.
Yeah.
So we decided to get divorced, and I was heartbroken. I was at first it was real tough. There was some drama here and there,
Mm-hmm.
but I always remember that I always wanted to be there for my kids, right? Like,
right.
So I talked about my dad, and he was my stepdad. He raised me, but my biological dad was never there. I don't know him, and so I never wanted to be that person.
Yeah.
And I remember I told my oldest, Omar, he was 10 at that time, and he said, I will tell him, look, you're gonna be the man of the house now. Like, he's like, okay, Dad, I got this. And I was like, I'm gonna go live, in an apartment. And one time I came home to pick him. I went to go pick them up, and he was like, Dad, I don't want to be the man of the house anymore. And it started like, man, I feel like I was hurting them more than if I would stay.
Yeah.
Because they would see us argue, they would see us, and I never saw that growing up from my stepdad and my mom. And I was like, what am I doing? So I made that decision, right? And I told him, I was like, look, son, it's okay. Like, and I explained to him, I said, look, so your grandpa, right? So his grandpa to him was my stepdad, right? And he's like, yeah. I said, so he's not my dad. He's like, what? It's like, no, so my dad never looked out for me. And this time he's 10 years old, so he understands. He's like, he never he abandoned me. I'm gonna tell you how it is. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I never lied to my kids like that. I said, but look, I'm always gonna be there for you. I said, I'm gonna give you the cell phone. You could call me anytime. And I promise you, if you need me, I'll stop what I'm doing. I promise you, I'll stop what I'm doing and I'll come to you. There's nothing more important than you. And I give you that promise. Anytime you call me or whatever you need me, I'm going to be there. I give you that promise. He said, it's okay, Dad. Like, it's okay. If you go to, I moved in with my sister at that time, my little sister. She been living in an apartment with her husband. So my son said, it's okay, Dad. It's okay if you move with Chelly. I just don't want to see you and my mom fight no more. Argue.
Yeah.
I said, son, I promise you that we're not. But here's the thing. It's not going to happen tomorrow. It's not going to happen maybe anytime soon. But I promise you I'm going to work towards that. And so I started working on it. I started being, the bigger person, text messages.
Right.
Didn't answer back. Just, I did work on it. Right.
Yeah.
It's like I can't control what she does as a mother.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot, and I cannot say, I have to trust her, right?
Right.
I cannot say, hey, why don't you do this? Why don't you that? Or why are you not doing this? I have to trust her with my children, just as she has to trust me with, her children, which is our children, right?
Right.
But I always kept that. I always had that promise of my son. I was like, I'm gonna keep that promise, and I promise you. So I think it probably took like a year for us to just be good, you
Be
know,
cordial and good.
hmm
Yeah,
and he
because
always
it's
saw
tough,
that.
like going through divorce and like
hmm
with kids and
Then I got in this relationship, right? And I wasn't healed. I didn't know that. I wasn't healed. I was jealous. I was just so many things. So
would you say like your previous relationship going into the new one, you brought like the
Baggage.
insecurities from it?
it did.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this was a good woman. I could say this. Like, this was a good woman, and I lost it. I lost her.
I think a lot of times too, like when we're in relationships and if we're like done wrong or something bad happens, we bring that into the next relationship that we're in.
Yeah.
And it's not necessarily that new person's fault.
Mhm.
It's just because we're wounded
Yeah.
and we're just like not healed at
Mhm.
at that moment.
Yeah. And also, you know, I think it was both of us. She wasn't healed either from, you know, her past. And so we try to, you know, it just didn't, it lasted about 4 years.
Yeah.
We lived together and everything.
This is serious. It sounds
Yeah.
like, yeah.
Yeah, she didn't have kids. She was really good with my kids. She really loved my kids. She was there.
That's
But
awesome.
I think, yeah, like you said, I mean, and I never spoke about this because, you know, as a man, you're just like, there's some things that you say, no, I didn't have insecurities. Yeah, I did. I
Yeah.
learned that. So to answer your question, when she broke up with me, that's when I said, you know what? I had to stop being the victim.
Right.
Not, you know, so many things happen, you know, I said, it's a kid, it's my story and things like that. But I said that something needs to change.
Right.
And this was even before I went to God, right? Like, so I didn't know how to live by myself because I lived, you know, with my ex-wife. Then I lived with my sister for about a year.
Yeah.
And then I lived with this person, moved in together. So I was there alone in my apartment, a loft,
Okay.
you know, it has the room upstairs and you can see like, I'll always just go upstairs to my room during the daylight because I didn't know how to like watch a movie by myself. I didn't know how to.
It's hard.
It's hard,
I mean, I experienced it because like I was married for almost 10 years and
Mhm.
I lived with my best friend as soon as I moved out of my mom's. And
Yeah.
I went from going to that to a 10-year relationship to being by yourself. Like it's really hard because it's just like, you're like, oh, what do I do with myself now? Like,
Yeah.
and then I don't know if your boys live with you or not, but like
No.
for me, like
Yeah.
it was tough because like, girls, I don't know, what do we do? Like,
Yeah.
and it's because you want to experience, you're used to experiencing things with other people or your partner.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then when that goes away, it's like,
What now?
Yeah.
it's like, hey, I'm alone.
Mhm. And it's the worst. And I think men we don't know how to be alone. I mean,
Yeah.
I think men would tell you, yeah, I can be alone, but it's just tough. It's
Yeah.
tough. I had my kids the weekend and stuff like that, but Monday through Friday it was like, and I also didn't just want to use my kids as like, okay, I can't be alone, so I need my kids. I wanted,
like they're gonna feel you, right? Like what
Mhm.
you're missing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was tough because and my kids would leave, right? I go drop them off. I come back to the apartment and it was just silent. I could almost hear the echo of my kids, like, you know, just in the walls. I didn't know what to do alone. Like, I had to learn how to cook. I had to learn how to, you know, not just wash. Well, I mean, I knew how to wash my clothes, but I had to learn how to fold my clothes.
Yeah.
You know?
Or separate the colors from
Yeah.
the whites.
I would just throw everything there, and then I would call my sister and be like, "How do you do this? How do you do that?"
Yeah.
And I'm, you know, 33 years old. I'm sitting there at 33 years old thinking like, how do you do that? How do you learning how to cook? I would call my mom like, how do you do this? How do you do that? But I really didn't know how to be alone. Right.
Yeah.
I guess that wasn't the point where I saw something needs to change. Right. Like, because I still was like, no, it's not, it wasn't me. It was her. Like, or I didn't own up to it. I didn't.
Taking accountability.
I wasn't taking accountability at all, and I'm being transparent. Like
this is a raw and unfiltered podcast. I don't know if you remember our slogan.
Yeah, I wasn't. I didn't know no accountability whatsoever.
Yeah.
I was the victim.
Yeah.
You know, she did this, she left me.
But I think a lot of us do that too, right? Where we just refuse to take accountability, or like, I don't know, we play that victim mentality. But I think that's where the enemy wants us, because once you do start taking accountability, that's when you start learning about yourself, and that's where the growth happens and the transformation happens.
Yeah, because like I said, I was always, you know, in my marriage, I'm a provider. I make her laugh. I don't cheat, and it was the same thing in my other, you know, relationship. It was a marriage, but it was a relationship, and you know, we lived together, and I was like doing the same thing. I work. You know,
it's like you almost kind of went back to your childhood growing up. When you went to church with your mom, it was almost like a routine. Yeah. Because it was something that you were used to.
Yes.
That cycle.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And so because I felt alone, I started meeting women, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was never that person. I was never the person who was like, hey, you know, be with one woman or whatever, like, but because I wanted to fill that void, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, like somebody would come to my apartment and I was like, I want them to leave now. Like, I don't want them watching a movie. I wasn't comfortable because, and I was like, you know, at that point, it just hit me like, let's start from the beginning. Because you have a lot of time to think whenever you're alone. You know this, like, and I will go to bed and it was still daylight outside.
Oh, wow.
And I was just lay there and I had a lot of time to think. And I was like, let's go back. Where did this start? That I always had this hate with my biological dad that, like, why isn't he worried about me?
Right.
I can't even go to sleep thinking about my kids and like, and I see them, right? Mm-hmm. I can't go to sleep without my kids. Like, and I've always had that hate. And it happened since I was a kid. So I had to look back, think back and say like, I was trying to be somebody I wasn't. Like, okay, well, maybe I need to go have fun. But I had to protect myself because it would be so easy for me to like get attached to someone. Mm. And then I thought, you know what? I'm not even healed. Why am I going to hurt someone else?
Yeah.
So then it stopped. I said, I'm going to be by myself. Like, no, nothing for the next whatever until I'm healed, until nothing. I'm not even going to text any women. I'm not going to just me by myself.
It's good that you recognize that though, because I think a lot of people don't.
Yeah.
And like, I really applaud you for speaking up and saying that, like, you know, you didn't take accountability. Mm-hmm. Or like you knew like you needed to heal.
Yeah.
And that you couldn't be alone, because it's hard for people to say that.
Yeah.
And even admit it. Like, I couldn't admit it. Like, if you asked me like right after, like, I wouldn't have been able to admit that.
Yeah.
But it's something people don't talk about.
Yeah.
So yeah,
like you said, as a man, like, or any, you know, not just men, but like, there's a point where, man, I gotta move on. Like, I can't be the victim all the time.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to hurt no one because, like, I was talking to someone else and start expressing their feelings and, you know, I like the dad that you are. I like this. You're a nice person. Yeah. But I didn't feel anything.
Right.
Like I didn't. And I was like, I can't do this. Like, I got to spend some time by myself. With, even if it was sitting in the kitchen counter looking at the magnets I had in the fridge. Like, you know what? This is how I need.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be alone. I'm going to live with myself. I'm not going to date. I ain't going to go out. I'm just going to. But this was even before God, before I knew God. So I was doing like, you know, take care of myself, working out, working, and
you were doing it all on your own, like just you.
But it was more like reading books of, you know, how to be successful, and I had that. I had that mentality. And I remember, this is kind of funny, but I used to watch Kevin Hart a lot and know how he talked about frequencies and all these things. And I was like, man, that's it. Like, I need to be more like this and this and that. It's kind of funny now, but I know now it's not. That wasn't it.
But it was the source that you were going to. Like
Yeah,
that
like
was like something
becoming
that
a
you
man.
wanted. Yeah.
Knowing how to become a man. I was like, I thought I was already a man. Like, no. So here I am, alone, living alone, working.
No roster.
No
Because that wasn't
anything.
for you. You said it.
Yeah.
That's a thing nowadays.
My phone is like, man, my battery will last the whole day. Oh, like I didn't even have to charge my phone that much. I didn't use it. Nobody. I was, yeah.
I think that's good though, because that's where the healing happens. You get I do feel like with that roster thing, and when people are jumping from relationship to relationship,
Yeah.
they're not giving them a time to heal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're avoiding or prolonging that healing process. Like it has to be done.
Yeah. I only get calls from, scam likely. And I even entertain it. It's like, hey, what's up, man?
Scam them
Like,
back.
yeah. No, just have a conversation with them and just be like, yeah.
Do you know Jesus?
Well, I didn't even know Jesus at that time like that.
Okay, I
So,
got you.
but yeah, I mean, it's. I think it was maybe a year and a half since the last relationship, broke up. My oldest son passes away. He passed away. Going through that, and I didn't mention this, but before my son passed, I lost 3 family members. So here I am, like I lost my dad in 2021 to COVID. And when I say my dad, I mean I don't like to say my stepdad, but my dad.
Yeah.
He raised me. I was a baby and stuff like that. So
I'm sorry.
I lost him to COVID. I was still with this woman that I was, and she was always there for me and everything. Then the same year, my older sister passed away in December, same year. My dad February, my sister December. Then about 6 months later, my niece, she passed away of cancer. She was the tattoo artist. She taught me how to tattoo, and when I started tattooing and stuff, and in the span of 2 years, I lost, 4 family members, including my son. I was in the middle of that breakup. I was in the middle of becoming a man, like you said, like taking accountability, and all of that happened, and I just couldn't catch a break. I'm like, okay, what am I doing? I'm trying to do the right thing. I'm trying to do this, and I don't get it, right? Like,
yeah, like you're doing all this, you're taking accountability, you're working, you're learning, you're growing, and then you get hit with all this.
And I don't get it because it's like, okay, God, I know you're real, like, but what is it? Like, what do you need from me, right? It's not that I'm denying you. It's not that I know you're real. When I lost my dad to COVID, he had never told me he loved me, right? He showed me.
Yeah. And
I never got it. Now I get it, right? He showed me. I remember he had a truck, and it was just a 2-door truck. So it was always, he was driving, and it was me and my mom, or me and my brother and my mom. We always, fit in there, but it was just 2-door, 1 seat. Mm-hmm. And I remember as a kid, every time he hit the brake at a stoplight or something, he'll put his hand in front of me like this.
He'd protect you.
Mm-hmm. And I realized, like, he shows me, his love in different ways.
Yeah.
But he was in the hospital with COVID, and I never thought it would be him. Honestly, him and my mom went in with COVID at the same time. And we always said, my mom, like, because my dad he watched what he ate. He wasn't the healthiest person, but we never saw him sick, right? Yeah. So he passed away. Right before, it was COVID, so we can't go in the hospital and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Something special happened so my mom and my dad were in the same, they went in the same, but they were in different floors.
Right.
And we were like, man, my mom, she's diabetic. How are we going to do it? We're going to lose her. How's my dad going to do without my mom? Mm-hmm. He's not going to be able to function without my mom. And we never thought about my dad. And it's not in a bad way that we didn't care about him. It's just like, we don't know that side of my dad. I never
Right.
seen him at the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
And the nurse, I don't know who she is. I wish I know who she was, but I know she was an angel. My mom says that she asked the nurse, like, hey, can I go see my husband right now?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can't, like, it's against protocol and all that.
Yeah.
She said, you know what? And one time she opened the door from the room and she had a wheelchair. And she told my mom, she's like, come on, I'm going to take you to see your husband.
Mm-hmm.
I might get in trouble, but I'm going to take you. So she did. And she said she saw my dad. And my mom tells the story that he said, are you okay? Like, what's wrong? My mom was like, no, I'm good. Like, I'm good. Like, I don't feel nothing. And then my dad couldn't see no more, right? It was just eating him, right? My dad wasn't the type to go to church with us, anything like that. And he was laying down right in the bed and he put his hand on her face and he started praying for her.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, God, everything that she has, like, give it to me, but don't take her, like, take me. Don't. My dad didn't used to, he wasn't against it, but he wasn't for it. Like,
Yeah.
mm-hmm. And it's a special moment. Like, he actually put hands on my mom and prayed.
Prayed for her.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. That just sounds like he kind of knew. It sounds like he knew.
And the thing is, like, he was already going blind. Like, this thing was killing him, right?
Yeah.
And it's just like, and it just the nurse, right, that took my mom.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she's like, I don't know where I'm doing this. This is, I could get fired. Like, I really can't do it.
Yeah.
Then the next day they told my mom, hey, you're going home. And she went home, and then 2 days passed, and we got a call from my dad, like a video call. And it was on, my cousin, my nephew, almost the whole family, right? And then on one of the video calls, my dad called and he said, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I cry a lot, so I keep my.
It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah,
I think these are from Wendy's. Or something. Like, I always got that from Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A or McDonald's. That's when he said he loved me.
Mm-hmm.
He said in Spanish, it's like, más te quiero decir que te quiero mucho, eres un buen papá, siempre te quise mucho, and it's like, sorry if I never showed you or if I did anything, if I didn't do enough. I said, like, you didn't even have to do anything. Like, you stepped up, right?
Yeah.
Stepdad, like, and he was always a provider. He was always,
He was there for you guys. Yeah.
he was there. But I remember I told him, don't tell me that.
Yeah.
I said, don't tell me that. Why are you telling me that? It's like, I don't know. I just want to tell you I love you. And I said, no, please don't tell me that right now. And I felt like, and it's just, he said, okay. And after that, we all met up at my sister's, right?
Mm-hmm.
All of us, my brother, my sister. For some reason, we decided to all meet up, and my mom had just got out of the hospital. But then my mom went to go see him, right?
Yeah.
To go check on him. And then she met us at my sister's apartment. And right when she got there, the doctor called that he had passed. And I think he was just waiting for my mom to go tell him bye. And so that was the first time, like, that something hit me like that. And I said, man, like, why? Like, I still need my dad.
Yeah.
He was young. He was like, I believe, like in mid-50s. He wasn't even like, so yeah, that was February 2021. And fast forward to December, and I lost my sister and my older sister. And
It's a lot.
Yeah, right after I lost my sister, about 2 weeks later, it was the breakup.
Yeah.
So about 2 weeks later, and it was just that, like, dealing with all of that
At any moment, were you like crying out to God, asking God, like, why me?
Honestly, I was angry. I had my ex-girlfriend at that time, this woman that, you know, I loved and everything, and she was there for me. She was there. I woke up in the middle of the night, she was there. I She was there through my grieving, right, for my dad.
Yeah.
When she was no longer there, it's like,
Who do you
how
turn
do
to?
yeah.
So she was kind of your support system.
Yeah. And then so fast forward about 6 months later, my niece, she had cancer and she defeated cancer a few years back, but then it came really strong back. It came stronger. And like I said, she taught me how to tattoo. Because I started doing, tattoos. I'm a lettering artist. And I was always send her pictures like, look what I did. And I just wanted her to see like, and yeah, it was devastating. Seeing her going through some ugly disease, like it was bad.
Yeah.
She wanted to live. She was fighting hard.
Was she close to Christ?
She started being close to Christ. Yeah,
That's good.
she started being close to Christ. She would go with my other sister to church, and that was in October 2022. And fast forward to June 26, 2023.
If today's episode spoke to you, we'd love for you to share it. Post it, text it, send it to your group chat. Someone else might need this reminder too. We're so honored to do life and faith with y'all. Until next time, keep your heart open, your cafecito warm, and your hope alive.